Welcome back to our channel, and thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting us. But if you are new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so that we can bring you the latest news as they happen. And together we can support our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB and Eastern Security Network. Is a Yoruba legal icon, Chief Afe Babalola, a unity beggar, warns Buhari impostor that there won't be any 2023 election, that he's just wasting his time. What the Fulani Nigerian government should do now is to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally and allow Biafra to go. A unity beggar and legal icon from the southwest region, Chief Afe Babalola, has warned the Fulani Nigerian government that there may not be 2023 election in Nigeria unless the fraudulent 1999 constitution is reviewed and restructured. But this is what the Fulani Janjaweed are not promising, and they don't want to do it. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been warning them, these unity beggars, that the Fulani Janjaweed will do everything to stop any restructuring in Nigeria. But they refuse to listen. They allow the Fulani Janjaweed to deceive them. You know, when they were contesting or they were campaigning during the 2015 election, prior to 2015 election, they were saying that they will visit restructuring, that they will implement restructuring. But when they got into powers, they started asking, what is restructuring? This is how deceptive the Fulani Janjaweed can be. And that is why we Biafrans have been asking for Biafran referendum so that Biafra can be restored. So that all this nonsense the Fulani Janjaweed are doing in Nigeria, Biafrans will not be a party to it. You know, the unity beggar, Chief Afe Babalola, wants the Fulani Nigerian government to suspend 2023 elections and draft an interim government for Nigeria to be ruled with. They want it for 6 months until a legal constitution is put in place. But the Fulani Janjaweed, who have been resisting restructuring from day one in 2015, will also resist this. Even if they accept, they will use their military to overthrow the interim government, just as they did to the late Ernest Shonekan, who was the head of the interim government when the former head of state, General Ibrahim Babangida, stepped down after they, annulled a free and fair election that elected a Yoruba politician, Chief µAbiola, whom they eventually killed. The Fulani killed him. And these are the same Fulani our Biafran leaders, politicians, are following like dogs. They are following them like dogs. They have turned our Biafran politicians and leaders into slaves. They have turned them into slaves. Errand boys, using them against Biafrans, using them against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, using them against IPOB and Eastern Security Network. And now they are using them against Simon Ekpa. One thing about the Fulani Janjaweed is that they will always cover their own. They will always support their own. Irrespective of what that person is doing or how grievous that sin may be. For example, the Fulani rogue police officer, DCP Abakari, that the American government, through the FBI, have placed on wanted list and wants him to be extradited to the United States. The Fulani Nigerian government have refused, and they are using every trick and everything they have at their disposal to stop the extradition of Abakari. What about the Fulani terrorist bandits? The Fulani Nigerian government and the Fulani Janjaweed, they will always give excuses why the Fulani bandits cannot be called terrorists or why they cannot be invaded. The same way the compromised Nigerian army and police are invading Biafra on a daily basis because of hopeless Uzodinjo. And that is why Afe Babalola, a Yoruba legal icon and a unity beggar, is advising the incompetent, clueless Buhari impostor to jettison and suspend the 2023 elections until a draft constitution is put in place. Because the current Nigerian constitution is illegal. According to Chief Afe Babalola, he wants the Fulani Nigerian government to suspend the 2023 elections and draft an interim government for 6 months until a legal constitution is put in place. The Fulani Nigerian government, they were shocked that Biafran celebrities said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the greatest man alive, and they will forever respect him for the huge sacrifice Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is making to ensure that Biafra or Biafrans are not turned into refugees by the Fulani Nigerian government and the Fulani terrorist Meyeti Allah. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put his life in line to fight for the emancipation of Biafra despite all the risk and betrayal by Biafran governors, politicians, especially the Fulani informant and slave boy, the Supreme Court Administrator of Imo State, Hopeless Uzodinjo, whom the Fulani Nigerian government is using to massacre Biafrans. Uzodinjo said that Biafrans or Biafran life means nothing to him, and that Biafrans must stop blaming Buhari impostor for the killings going on in Imo State and Biafra in general, because Uzodinjo, his slave master, who appointed him the Supreme Court governor of Imo State, is Buhari. So he doesn't want them to rubbish him or blame him for anything. Uzodinjo is a known thief and criminal that can even sacrifice anything because of power and money, including his family members who are not safe. The Fulani terrorist Nigerian government considers Uzodinjo as a great asset for their Fulani jihadist conquest agenda, and they wanted other Biafran governors to emulate Uzodinjo in order to speed up their evil and wicked agenda, since they are already running out of time. Hausa Professor Umar Ado mocked the Fulani lapdog Femi Adesina that as a pastor, Adesina should have moral benchmark to operate upon, and that Adesina cannot mount the pulpit and preach falsehood. The Fulani houseboy Adesina has dragged the title pastor into the mud, and this is the same Adesina that kept silent when a female Yoruba preacher was killed in the suburb of Abuja some time ago. He did not say anything. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video, and bye-bye for now.